everyone. Evening. So, can we start our discussion today?
Yes.
Our topic is how schools environment in Malaysia can be improved. Okay, for me, I think that um, we have to encourage students to interact more in class because most of students are too scared to ask the teachers question, even they scared to ask their own friends because they might look stupid. So they will just keep in themselves, and then at the end of the day they cannot even answer the question properly. And then plus I think that teachers also should brings or makes a lot of jokes, or because the class shouldn't be too serious. It wouldn't be that fun. So and all the students will be enjoy the class, and yeah, that's my opinion. Anyone else?
From my point of view, I think to make improve to our school environment, it is one of I think the one of the most effective way is to train the teachers better. As we all know, teachers is one of the important component in school. In school, we need students and also teachers. So, in which way we can train those teachers to improve our school's environment? So I think that those teachers need to be trained to be a skilled teacher, like train them how to attract those students to learn, put some interest on them, and then um, and yes, on the way of those teachers teaching also, like we could all of us have been experienced with lots of kind of teachers, and there is unskilled teacher that we just maybe merely just sit in the class and listen to her or his talk. But for me, teaching skills that most of the teachers required is really important for them to attract the students to learn more and put some interest on them. And also this will excite the student to come to school every day, to learn new things and being comfortable with the teachers. Okay, how about others?
That I might have to disagree with you that because I think that more teacher in school is the best way to improve the school environment because we know that the children will carry what they taught in the school throughout their lives. So teacher is the best person that will shape the students to be the leaders in the future. So when there is more teachers in the school will be the place that will more suitable for the students to study. Because as we know that teachers can control the students when they are teachers can control their students what they are doing in the class. So when there is less students in the class, the students might do whatever they want because the teachers cannot control all of the students when there is less teachers in the school. So the teachers themselves will be frustrated to control over all the students that makes a mess in the school. So schools cannot be a best place for the students to study if there is less teachers. That's what I think. So Natasha, what do you think?
I think all of you made a good point, but I have to disagree because, from my point of view, I think that schools' environment can best be improved by improving the security. As we all know, criminal cases around Malaysia are increasing, especially kidnapping cases around kids aged from 8 to 12. This type of cases would usually happen around school area. So, to make it less difficult for parents to let their children go to school, and make the environment more comfortable for the students, security must be tightened. So, for example, people who are allowed to go into school to pick up their kids must have a parent's ID that shows that they are the parents. So, they must have permission to enter or to leave the school. That way, students cannot be harmed, and the academic achievement of a student can reach a better level. That's all.
Um, I have to disagree with Aisyah because just now she said that many teachers are better. But I think by training the teachers better, it can significantly improve the school environment. But how? Because the teachers can be trained with good ways or better ways to handle the students properly. By knowing how to handle the students properly, the environment at school can become more harmonious as they are more skilled and they know how to handle the students. For example, the teachers can do class building games and activities to avoid the students from talking to each other or being bored in class. So next, since the teachers are prominent figures in school, the students usually look up to them. So the teachers should train better to become better version of themselves and be worthy to look up to by the students, to be the role model for the students. So by that, the students can have a good example for them to follow, and it can improve the school's environment. Lastly, by training the teachers better, it will improve their communication with the students. Communication is very important at school because it is how the teachers can interact with the students. So, by having good communication, the teachers and the students can bond and can form a bond, and they can, which is important because by having a good bond, the students can feel more closer to the teachers. So the school environment will be improved. So I think these reasons is why training the teachers better is the best way to improve the school environment. So do you guys agree with me, or do you have other opinions?
I would agree with
Um,
Izzat too.
yes. I'm agree with all of you guys, but I'm kind of curious with Mimi's point. She said that before this. She said she the school have to add more teacher, right? So what if there's a lot of teacher but they don't have any skill?
Think in the school, if there is more teacher, then there must be some a lot of teacher that have the skills to teach their students. And if they don't have the skills, they can learn. But they must have a lot of teacher in the school. But if you have less teacher in the school, and what do you think about do the less teacher have to teach a lot of subject in one time? Do they have to manage a lot of students in one time?
For me personally, I think that it is normal because actually when they are at their teachers before become the real teacher, they have to uh, take about 4 subjects or 3 somethings. So I think that it is quite normal to for a teacher to teach around 2 or 3 subjects.
The syllabus might be different in each subject, so they might be hard for them.
Um, Usually, during their practical time, teachers will be teach around 2 or 3 subjects because it's a practical new experience. Sometimes they even the practical math teacher even teach PJK.
I interrupt for a moment. Okay, so I think okay, it's true that it is also better if there are a lot of teachers. But I think in this context where Mimi thinks that having more teacher will lessen the burden to teachers teach more subject. But I think for this issue, it's actually about the school's management itself. That is my point. But also, I'm so sorry that I also need to disagree with you, Mimi, because I stand with quality over quantity. Because for me, unskilled teacher who teach us, we will just simply sit in the class, hear their lecture. But those skilled teacher actually try to make us understand, grasp the subject or topic about something. So and also it's true that having a lot of teacher better, but the schools management also need to provide a better quantity of teachers with the students itself. Yes, that's my point of view.
I think I kind of agree with your statement. So I think maybe the best way that the school environment can be improved is we have to have more skilled teachers.
How about Natasha? Do you really agree with most of us, or you still stick with your point where improve the security will eventually improve the school's environment?
I agree with all of your opinion. Yes.
I think we do really reach our consensus for this group discussion, and I think all of us agree that the most effective way to improve our school's environment is to train the teachers better. Okay. I'll give it to Aqil back.
Right, since we reached our consensus, so I think uh, that's it for today. Discussion. Thank you, everyone.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.